Hello YouTube, my name is Devonte and I'm going to be doing a review on Spider-Man Homecoming. This will be my first YouTube video and I will be planning on doing more YouTube videos in the future with doing movie reviews, game reviews with friends, talk about sports a little bit, for your other fans out there and maybe talk about some political stuff. So on to the film. The film came out today and I saw it tonight in 3D in Jersey, and my thoughts on the film was, let me talk about the story first. The story first is of young Peter Parker in high school trying to find his place in the world as Spider-Man in the same world as the Avengers. This is the first Spider-Man film part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And honestly, this is a very special treat because this is a comic book fan's dream come true to see Spider-Man on the big screen hanging out with Iron Man and Captain America, technically for the second time, but in a full-length film for the first time. The characters in this film are very funny. The Tom Holland as Spider-Man, he did a great job as Spider-Man, and he did an excellent job as Peter Parker. He wasn't as even though I love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire, he took a little elements from both of them. He was like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker without being too sad about everything, and he was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man with more quips. I honestly say his suit in the film looked amazing. The texture and everything, and the fact that it looked like the original comics. In Amazing Spider-Man 2, his suit looked like Ultimate Spider-Man, which was great. But in this one, it looks more like the original Spider-Man. The elements of this movie, you could definitely tell it takes elements from Ultimate Spider-Man the comics, but it feels like Ultimate Spider-Man the animated series and Spectacular Spider-Man the animated series, which I thought was like a great mix. The other characters in the film are very good as well. I love the character of Ned Leeds, which was Spider-Man's best friend. To me, that's like he was a better best friend than Harry because Harry was always jealous of Peter, and in Amazing Spider-Man 2, Harry was kind of spiteful to Peter. And here, Ned actually tries to help Peter from the get-go. Like they have so much in common. They build like Lego Death Stars, and he actually they come up with get popular schemes together, and they show that they do care for one another. Not that James Franco and Tim McGuire didn't do good performances as Peter and Harry. They did show they care about each other in those movies, but in this one you could definitely tell they actually treat each other like brothers. The character Liz Allen, she was pretty good as well. Like the movie didn't focus on her being the love interest. Like it wasn't a love story like it was Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, or the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane. This one focuses on Peter and Peter alone. Like they'll throw little shade at the romance, but it really focuses on Peter, trying to impress Tony Stark and trying to join the Avengers. One of my fears was that Tony Stark was gonna appear in this whole movie, and it would feel more like an Iron Man Spider-Man movie than a Spider-Man movie. But Tony Stark really doesn't appear in the movie as much. Like maybe once in the beginning, once in the middle, and once in the end. But the rest is all Spider-Man. There's a lot of Easter eggs to past Marvel films, including Easter eggs for other versions of Spider-Man, and I thought that was very interesting and very cool to see. It felt like a John Hughes movies like Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but with superheroes inside of it, and actually that was a good mixture. Now I'm gonna talk about my experience at the theater. It was a pretty good experience. I saw the movie in 3D, and the 3D is hit or miss. The 3D, it's good when he's Spider-Man, he's swinging around, it's fun, it's fluent. I like the 3D for the Amazing Spider-Man 1 better, but this one was pretty good. But when he's Peter Parker and he's the regular day-to-day stuff, it was pretty flat. So as I say, hit or miss. If you're not a fan of 3D, watch it in 2D. You won't miss out on nothing. But when he's swinging around, it does feel good. It does. I mean, it looks good. Now, I fanboyed a lot for this movie from when it was coming out, and I was very excited for it. I am a huge Spider Man fan. I grew up with Spider Man. You know, I used to watch the television series. I went to see every Spider Man movie growing up. You know, Spider Man came out, I was in the second grade. So to see each new iteration, it's good, but it kind of sucks because you get used to the last person playing it, so now you get used to the new person. But I geeked out throughout this whole movie and geeked out from the beginning. You know, I wore my cool Spider Man Homecoming shirt, which was a Christmas gift from a friend of mine. You know who you are. And I brought a little friend of mine to the theater, like a little corny. Spider Man. I wore like glasses to look like Peter Parker, but I did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy. Wore the Star Lord shirt and look like Star Lord and stuff like that. The theater. I was hoping to get memorabilia from the film, like maybe a movie theater cup, like I did with Guardians of the Galaxy, or a poster or something. And what I got was unexpected. They were giving this little guy out to rewards card members, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. Like, yeah, that rewards card to get this little thing. Like, this looks like you could get it out of a cereal box or maybe at Burger King. But you know, the guy at the concession stand, because I don't got a rewards card, he gave it to me for free. He was like, "Okay, cool, sure," and you know, and it was a good experience. You know, I took pictures in front of the cardboard cutout, one regular and one pose as Spider Man. I had to, you know, the theater was empty. Security guard was kind of a jerk, but I still got my photos. Embarrassing photos, but still got them. Anyways, you know, like like the tone of this movie reminded me of the very first Spider-Man movie, and it reminded me of the first time I saw Spider-Man on the big screen. It wasn't the same feeling, but it reminded me of it. And it actually was good. This ain't a spoiler or nothing, but it was cool to hear in the score of the film the original Spider-Man theme song. Spider-Man, Spider. You know, that was very cool, and I geeked out, and I had a grin in my face the entire time. I do recommend you stay for the post-credit scene. The mid-credit scene is good and all. It kind of sets up future films, but the post-credit scene is the highlight. It's one of the funniest post-credit scenes, and Stan Lee's cameo is one of the funniest cameos he's ever had. Like up there with his Deadpool cameo, and Guardians of the Galaxy cameo, and Civil War cameo. It's one of the best. So far, Phase 3 has been starting off to a good start. Phase 1 was more like the beginning, where it was like, oh my god, like all magical because they're coming together. Phase 2 started off with a rocky start with Iron Man 3, which I did like, but I didn't like the twist, and Thor the Dark World, which I didn't like as much. Here is starting off with a bang. I love Civil War, it's my favorite Marvel movie. I loved Doctor Strange. It was very trippy and it was great in IMAX, which also saw Civil War in IMAX. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 gave me the feels and gave my friends the feels throughout the whole thing. We call it Guardians of the Feels. And now that I've seen Spider Man, I love this movie as well. And after I've seen the movie a few more times, maybe on Blu ray or download or something, I'm definitely buying the Blu ray 3D. But after a few more times, I'll find a spot to rank in the film. Um, I don't think it's better than Spider Man 2. I think that's the more emotional film, but it is up there. It's like I love the Amazing Spider Man, Amazing Spider Man 2, but it's definitely better than that film because it feels like Spider Man. It's better than Spider Man 3, which I did also like, and it's better than Spider Man 1. Honestly, I have to because Spider Man 1, you could tell it's dated. I will maybe end up doing reviews on the original Spider Man trilogy and Amazing Spider Man, and I will do reviews on the other past Marvel films and future films to come. My next review will be War for the Planet of the Apes, but I'm gonna end the video here and I'm gonna let you know that this is not my backdrop. I'm on vacation right now. My backdrop is gonna be in my house in New York, where you see all my movie posters and everything in the back, and let me give a grade for this movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. I do say that if you're not a comic book fan, not a comic book fan or a comic book movie fan or not to action movies, this may not be the movie for you. But I do recommend this film, and this film is great. And also, get some sleep before you watch the film because you will get tired. You won't get the jokes because the jokes are actually really hilarious. So pay attention. Bye, YouTube.